In today's video, this is going to be a good one and it's going to surprise some of you, some of the things that I'm going to be talking about. And I'm also going to be sharing some photos as I'm talking. I've had a huge change in my skin, and if you've been following me and you look back to my older videos, I've changed a lot. I'm just going to give you disclosure, I've never had any needles on my face. So I've never had Botox. I've never had fillers. I've never had any procedures of any kind, like nothing. I've never gone anywhere and had any kind of a procedure done on my face ever. The only thing that I have done with my face is skincare, and recently, and this is the shocker part, I started using a gadget, which I'm going to talk about, which I didn't think I would ever do. So, I want to kind of go through. This is going to be a very chatty video. I do not script my videos. This is just me having a chit chat with you and sharing what has worked on my face. Because I've had so many people tell me over the past months, like, "Oh my God, you're aging backwards. You look younger and younger and younger." And I look back at photos and I think, "Holy shit, I have. I really have, and I can't even believe it myself." Um, so I want to kind of go through my journey a little bit. So if you're just starting out in skincare, just starting out, you don't know what to do. I'm not going to go through like there's some things I'm going to mention in here, okay, that I think really changed my skin the most. But I also want to talk about where I started with all of this, because you might be like where I was, and I wish I saw a video like this when I was in that situation. So I hope that this is encouraging for you as well. All of my life, I've always taken good care of my skin. Now, I have good family genes, but even with that, I believe if I didn't bump it up and do what I'm doing now, I don't think my skin would look as good as it does. I really truly believe that. Okay, because since I started doing all this, I see things getting reversed, and that's why I'm saying that. I have always taken really good care of my skin. But when I was in my 30s and I had a child, I just did the bare minimum. I cleansed my skin at night. I used a moisturizer. Occasionally, I would maybe do a little exfoliation, and that is it. Wasn't even wearing sunscreen. I wasn't even doing that. If I was going to go to the beach for the day, maybe I would or something like that. But on the general, I was not using sunscreen, although I was purchasing foundations with sunscreen, thinking that that was protecting me when it wasn't. And so when I turned 40, I felt like overnight my face changed. I just felt like my face was starting to sag. I was starting to get jowls. Um, I just I was so frustrated. I felt like the texture of my skin changed. I thought it was the makeup I was using. I kept trying to find different foundations and things that would work for me, and nothing was working. And I was so frustrated. I was doing all this research, and then I would find at the time there wasn't what we have on here. We have more mature women on this platform, but at the time I didn't. And I was trying to find something that was going to help me. So I was doing stuff that the younger women were doing, and it's like my skin still looks like shit. Like it's not working. And it took me from the time I was 40 until about 48 when it started to turn the corner. But even with that, it took a good, I'm 55 now, I'll be 56 in August of 2022, I'll be 56. So it took a good 5 years, I feel like, before I really started to see my skin change. So that's something I want you to keep in mind, that don't be discouraged. If you're someone that maybe you weren't taking care of your skin and now you're like, you know what, I really want to do that for me, don't be discouraged. It's going to take time. It is not something that's going to be overnight. It isn't. But I encourage you to take photos of yourself as you go through your journey, because you're going to go back and you're going to be like, holy crap. You will be amazed, because I certainly am. And again, you look at, I don't have anything on my face, okay? This is just from using good skincare. I believe in it. I believe that if you use the right things, I do really believe that it works. Because I feel like I'm a testament to that. Let's go through the skincare and then I'm going to talk about the gadget. So this is what I feel like has helped me the most as far as skincare. Using a vitamin C serum Didn't use it. I actually did when I was in my 20s for a short time. And I can't remember. Celic C. That's what it was called. It was called Celic C. I worked in a hair salon and they were selling that there and I was using it and then I stopped using it. And I remember I was using it until I turned brown, you know what I'm saying? So I probably was using it when after, but that's the first time I ever heard of it. But I used it and then I stopped using it. Because when you're younger and your skin looks good, you just think, I don't have to do that stuff. But you don't realize that as you age, your skin is going to change in ways you never thought it would. You don't know until you go through it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So vitamin C is really important. You guys know the ones that I use. I'm just going to show you really quickly. It's not going to be a whole video about it, but you guys know. This is the combination that I do. This is from Truth Treatment. So I use their vitamin C serum and I use their hyaluronic hydrator, which is their hyaluronic acid, okay? And then I use this mineral mist and it is just magic. I use it every single morning and I always have backups of it. So if you're not using this, use another one. Okay, use a vitamin C serum. The other thing that you want to do is use a retinol, or you can use a tretinoin. That's something that's prescribed by a doctor. I used it and I just felt like I continually peeled. It would get better for a little bit, but then I was always peeling and my skin looked like shit. And what's the point of going through all that and doing that if it's always going to look like that? That's just how I felt. Like, what's the point of it? And I would see it when I had my foundation on. So then I started using Truth Treatments, and that's what I use now, which I will be using the liquid version. And when this comes out, I'll probably already be using the liquid version that they came out with. So I will be testing that out and I will let you know, okay? But I use the 1% twice a week, and I also use a 5% once a week. That's all I do is just once a week, just to kind of bump it up a little bit. Okay, I don't want to I just don't, that stuff will make you peel. So I just like to kick it up a notch. This is what I do. Okay, so I definitely would recommend using a retinol. The other thing I would recommend is using an AHA, and this is the one that I use again, is from Truth Treatments. And this one I use 3 times a week. So on the nights that I'm not using my retinol, I use that. The other thing I recommend is hydrating your skin. So not only do you want to get you want to get all of that dead skin off. We don't have that cell turnover, so that's what a retinol is for, okay? We want to also make sure we're hydrating. Now, I have oily skin, but I still hydrate the shit out of my skin. This one I freaking love. There's other ones you can get. I used to use the one from Pixie. It has hyaluronic acid and I forget what else, but it's a hydrating mist. So this is the one, and look it's the labels coming off of it, but this is from Amorphica. You guys know I've shared this many times with you guys. So I use this in my morning skincare routine. So before I put my moisturizer, I will spray this on. I can spray it throughout the day if I feel like I'm dry. Okay, I can put this over my makeup because it's such a light mist. Love this. Love this. Another one that's really nice is the rose water. It's real rose water from Chantecaille. That one is lovely as well. And this is a serum that's hydrating. And this is from Colleen Rothschild, and this is her number 9 oil. And you just need the tiniest amount. It feels lovely on the skin. And then, of course, you want to use a moisturizer. And the one that there's a lot that I love, but I've just gone back to using this one again, and I love this one. And this is from Colleen Rothschild too, and this is her Extreme Recovery Cream. And even if you're someone like me that has oily skin, it's not too much. It just melts into your skin. So that's what you want to do. And then, most importantly, you want to protect your investment. So you want to wear a sunscreen. And this is the one that I love. I love Color Science sunscreens. They have some that are the flex that's really nice. So it's almost like it's more tinted than this. It's almost like using, I don't want to say moisturizer, but it's like a tinted moisturizer, it's almost like a foundation. It's really lovely. It's very glowy though. It's very glowy, just but I'm okay with that. That's what I'm wearing under my makeup today. I'm wearing actually this one. And they also have some, I don't have them in front of me, but they also have some sticks, some foundation sticks. They have the Glow, which is gorgeous underneath foundation. I love it. So whatever sunscreen you decide to get, protect your investment. You're putting all that in. You want to protect it from the sun. Wear a hat, reapply. When I'm in my swimming pool in the summertime, I don't wear any makeup, but I just reapply, 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 reapply. When it says it's, it's only like I only have 70 minutes in the sun, I'm reapplying it. I wait a good 20 minutes before I get back in the pool, and then I'll get in the pool. Like, you just have to really protect your investment. And not only face, but your body too. That has made a huge difference. Now, something that I've noticed on me that I've really am shocked about is my eyes. Look at my eyes. I can see my lids. How many videos have I shared with you guys with hooded eyes? Now, I know I never had severe hooded eyes, but you'll see in the photos. My eye, especially I think it was this one, was a little more down. Look at it. Look at it. I'm not raising my eye. You can see when I'm raising my skin. So I'm not raising my skin. Look at, you can see my lids. Like, it's like like I said, I feel like I'm aging backwards. This is an area I'm working at right now, and I feel like that is getting smoother. So stay tuned for that, because I feel like I'm using an eye cream on it right now, and I'm really blown away by it. I really am, like, really, really, like, I can't even believe it. But I'm going to use it for a while and I'm going to let you know. But right now, I got a sample of it and I'm like, what is in this? Because I feel like my under eyes are looking more smooth. It's unbelievable. And you'll also see my jawline and all of this. So the other thing that I started doing that I feel like really made a big difference is my gua sha. Did I bring my stone in here? Let's see, did I? Yes. Now I have two gua sha stones. This is the one that Colleen Rothschild gifted me, and I love this one. I have the other one, but I don't use it as much. This one just works really well for me. So I feel like it fits really well when I'm doing my jawline. It's not, I just love this one. And I think it's called a Bian stone. It's Bian, I think is how it's spelled, something like that. I'll leave the details below, but I love this. And then I use her CBD oil, which this has been a repurchase for me. I freaking love this stuff. I love it. It works really good because I've tried some other serums, and this one just works the best for me because it's not too slippery, but it just works beautifully, and it doesn't make my skin all oily and gross or anything. It works well with everything that I have. I just freaking love this. When I first started doing this, especially by my jawline, it was like, seriously, it was like so bumpy, and now it's like butter. I do this every single day. I've been doing this for over a year now. The thing is, as we age, we get a lot of fluid in our face. Okay? So then it settles. So what this is going to do is going to help to release that and drain your face. That's why this is so important. It's not going to be a miracle. I've shared videos like that before because I've seen people do it. They're just this and they're like, oh, look, look. No, it does help a lot. I mean, this helps a lot. But with my little gadget that I have, this works amazing. And the person that told me how to use this combo, we're going to talk about her in a minute, okay? So, gua sha, freaking love this. I don't know if I'm going to share a video on it because I am not a skincare expert. And I have even seen like different estheticians like share it differently. So I'm going to suggest somebody that you can follow, okay? She has great videos on this. You can follow her on TikTok too. I'm going to give all the information for her below, all right? And I definitely recommend checking her out because she keeps it real. If you like that I keep it real, she keeps it real. She no bullshit, okay? She's not going to tell you to do something if it's not going to work. It's not like that. I really, really admire her, okay? She doesn't use the same skincare I do, okay? She has her own line that she uses or whatever. But definitely would recommend checking her out. Let's talk about the gadget. You guys have all been waiting for this. So several years ago, I used the New Face, and I fucking hated it. Why did I hate it? because I was getting migraines from the short time that I used it. I was getting migraines. I was getting this metallic taste in my mouth and my heart was racing. And I was like, no, thank you. Anyway, so I was using the new face. I wasn't seeing anything in the short time that I was using it. And I had all that stuff and I was like, no. And I sent it back. So many people said, you got a fake one. No, I didn't get a fake one. There's a difference between that and the one that I'm going to show you. And by the way, I don't make any money on this. I am not telling you that the people that are sharing the new face are full of crap and they just want to make money. I am not saying that, but I can guarantee you they're probably not going to want to test this out because they're not going to make any money on it, okay? And I could have kept my mouth shut. I could have just said, oh, it's just skincare. But you know, I don't do that. That's not how I work. You guys know I keep it real. I'm very transparent about what I do. So anyways, Amy, the Lash and Skincare Lady. She's on TikTok. She's on YouTube. She has a huge TikTok. She's over 200,000 followers on TikTok. So she was sharing a gadget that's looked like it was like the new face. And I was like, honey, that thing doesn't work. So I private messaged her because I really like her. And I said, I would love to try that. But I tried one and this is what happened. I mean, she said, it's not the same. So I want to read to you a little bit about this machine, okay? So this is what it is. I'll show you first. I'm going to read it. So this is what it is. It's called the Clear Blend Mini. So this is just a home one. Now they have professional ones, and this is not like a professional one, okay? But you will get results from using this, and I'm telling you I have. And I feel like that's where my eyes are coming into play. I think it's because of this. Okay. I am not going to demo this for you. Amy has a great detailed video on her channel that I'm going to link it below so you can check it out. She shares all kinds of videos on her TikTok too. Okay. I was afraid to use this. I reached out to her. She said, you can try it and let me know. And then, you know, if it works out, then you can pay me, otherwise I could send it back. Okay. I was scared. I haven't had any problem with it. I haven't had metallic taste. I haven't had a racing heart. I haven't had nothing. I've had no side effects at all. Okay? So let me tell you a little bit of the difference between the new face and this because they're not the same. This is an article, and I'm going to try to remember to link this. This is from Christine Bayer, and I believe she is on YouTube as well. Yes, she is, because it says on her little thing. That's the article I'm getting, okay? So basically she says when you're comparing the Clear Blend Mini to the new face, she said, I want to clarify it is an apple to oranges comparison, not an apple to apple. And what I mean is the new face runs on the same frequency over and over again. It's like going to the gym and doing the same workout over and over and over again. The muscles acclimates. She said the new face runs on a 400 microamps with a set frequency. So in other words, the new face has a constant frequency that's not varied or changed up. So this can result in muscle resistance. It's like she said, it is like putting you on a constant no rest, identical workout routine in the gym. You might see a little bit of a change at first, but even if you can make it through the routine without exhaustion, but once you adjust your routine, it no longer produces results. She says that the new face runs on a higher voltage, meaning you will feel a lot of zapping on your face, which I did. Many do not use it due to the zapping called sparking. Then she said that the Clear Blend runs on 340 microamps. And has a variable frequency. It means you can't cause muscle fatigue and you can achieve longer lasting results. I'm going to leave the whole article down there, but there is a difference between the two. It's a really, really good article. I think I've explained enough, but please read that article. I think it's really good and explains it. And Amy has done a lot of TikTok videos on it too, and she explains the difference because there is a difference between the two. It's just not the same. It isn't. And when I saw people sharing their afters, I didn't really see that much of a difference. I'm looking at my eyes and I'm thinking, holy shit. I'm telling you. Like, look at. Well, I'm relaxing my eyes. I see my lids. It's probably hard to see with my long ass lashes now. But I mean, you can see my lids now. It wasn't like that before, especially this eye was sagging down. You could see it. Now, as far as my side profile, you're going to see. The thing about taking a side profile is I try to do the same, like I try to stand the same. But if I'm slightly up like that or something, it's going to look different. But I'm not purposely trying to alter my face in any way at all. But what I will tell you when you see the photos, what I see is I feel like my jawline looks more defined than it was. A couple years ago, I had no definition. It looked like a blob. I looked at myself and I was like, "What the fuck?" Like I look like a blob. I look like I had no definition in my jaw. Look at the jaw. Look at my jawline. I did not have that a couple years ago. I was like turning into a blob. Like my neck and my chin was the same. I don't have that anymore because of using the gua sha and this, because I use the gua sha first and then I use this. That's what I've been doing. And then, of course, on the days that I'm not using my clear blend, I'm using my gua sha. This has gotten so much better too. Now I still have a little something there. Look at, but I'm telling you, it's more firm because here's the thing: when I'm doing my movements, I'm pushing these muscles back. Okay, so I'm pushing my muscles back, so it's tightening all of that. You never use it here. I never use it here. Okay. Again, watch her video because she will do a detailed video. But look at my face. Look at. I'm telling you. I feel like this is gonna sound dramatic, but I feel like I had a facelift. Like I feel like my face looks more. I feel like my face looks more awake. I look more awake and lifted now. I'm working on my cheeks right now too with it. I'm working on that. Even my mouth. Like I don't have that. That's unbelievable. Look at. Not smiling. Look at. I don't have those marionettes. That's gotten a lot better. I mean, oh my God, that's so much better. I'm working on this area here, my nasal folds. I keep working at that. This thing is freaking amazing. So if you tried the new face, I definitely would recommend getting this. Now, when I bought this from her, this is how it came. I don't know if it always comes with a case, but you get you'll get this. You have to get a plug for it. I get a plug, so it's going to come like that, So I have a plug already. You're going to get the little bottle, which I've already gone through my big one. Now, she says she mixes hers with water. I don't, but she does. She mixes hers with a little bit of water when she applies it with a brush. And then it also comes with this, and it'll show you how to do it. It'll show you, tells you all about it and shows you how to do it. Okay? So the negative thing to this is you're going to have to do this forever. So it's not like you can just do it, not do it, do it, not. You have to commit to this. But I feel like I was just doing, like, I kind of was doing it more and less and less and less, kind of how I did it. And now I'm just on maintenance, so I know just do it twice a week. But if you're going to be going anywhere and traveling, going on vacation, whatever, you just have to factor that in. And I feel like it takes me a good half hour to do it between my gua sha and doing this. It takes me about a half hour to do, so you just have to know it's a commitment to do it. It's kind of why, in the past, a lot of people have asked me about gadgets, and I tested some. I was using like red light therapy and all that. It was like a wand that I was using. I don't like those masks. I'm just not a fan of the masks. I'm just not. I don't know what that does to your eyes. It's just me personally, okay? And then it was always a commitment. But then I decided, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm glad that I did because I'm telling you, like, with the skincare that I'm using and everything, I just feel like my skin just looks better and better. Okay? But it's a commitment. So you have to know once you do it, you gotta do it forever. But it's like that for anything. I mean, I exercise and I know that I have to do that forever. Otherwise, if I let myself go, then I'm just gonna let myself go. And I don't want to do that. And I'm not trying to look like I'm in my 20s, you guys. Okay? I'm not. I just want to look the best that I can for as long as I can, especially at my age. I just want to look the best I can. So this is what I do. And I'm still not a believer in needles. I just don't want to do needles. I just feel like it's just not for me personally. Everybody can do what they want to do, so I'm not like, if you want to do that, then that's you, okay? But just for me personally, this is the way I want to do it, and it's working for me because I'm telling you, I feel like I get results like if I got Botox or something. But look, I still have my, you can see I got lines there. I'm okay with that. I don't need to be like, but I feel like this has made such a huge difference. This has, with the gua sha and my skincare, it's amazing. I mean, look at, I feel like I'm aging backwards, you guys. It's unbelievable. So if you're just new on a skincare journey, don't overwhelm yourself. Don't do everything at once. I wouldn't even, if you're just starting out, I wouldn't even do this. Start out with your skincare first. Start using your skincare. Then incorporate a gua sha. And then incorporate this. But I don't think you have to go get like everything and go ham. You know what I mean? And just be patient because it's not going to happen overnight. This didn't happen overnight. This took several years of constantly working at it. I take care of my skin in the morning. I have a whole routine. My morning routine is the long one. My nighttime is really, I don't do as much at nighttime, but it really is a commitment to take care of yourself. So, and don't be discouraged thinking, oh, I'm in my 60s now. I didn't. I'm telling you, I've seen people transform their skin. So you just have to be patient. Another thing I want to mention about this too is if you have a lot of sagging going on in your neck area, this is not going to do it. This is only going to do so much, okay? The great thing, the best thing to do is if you're younger, you're in your 40s or your 30s, that would be a good time to start doing this. You know, that's that, because that would be more preventative, is to get to train all that, okay? But mine wasn't really bad. Mine wasn't bad, so I was able to do that. And I think it looks amazing. I mean, I'm really happy with my results. I think it's amazing. I really do. And I feel like I actually saw results where I've seen people with the new face, and I'm sorry, I don't really see that much difference. And I said that before when I've talked about a new face. I feel like I've seen people share it, and I think that's not really much of a difference. This, I feel like, especially in my eye area, my eyes look more awake. And that's what you see when you look at someone too. You look someone in the eye. And now I feel like I look more awake. I don't look tired anymore. I just feel like more awake. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I know you guys were probably really, really shocked that I'm using it, but I definitely recommend checking this out. I will leave a link for Amy so you can check out all her information, so you can order one from her if you choose to do that. I make nothing on it. I make nothing on it. I'll make nothing. Okay? But I believe in it. I want to share it with you guys. So don't like the new face. Don't recommend it. I've tried it, so I can vouch for it. But this is freaking amazing. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and I will catch you guys on my next video. Bye.